Hi YouTube! So I'm very excited about today's video. If you know me in person or if you've known me for a while, you will know that I am actually a freelancing makeup artist. And as a result, obviously, I love all of the YouTube makeup gurus and I am slightly addicted to their channels. I adore watching all of the monthly favourites videos on their channels. And as you can probably spot from the title down there, that's what I'm doing here today. I am filming my first ever monthly favourites video, but I am going to do it slightly differently. As I'm not just a beauty guru and as I have a lot more things that I want to cover on my channel and I have a lot more things that I do and am involved with within a month, I wanted to make this a little bit different and cover a lot more than just beauty products. So what I've done is I've set up a list of categories and things that I'm going to cover, and I've turned it into a little bit of a tag so that anyone out there that's also not a beauty guru but loves these monthly favourites, you can take these questions, I'm going to post them down there, take it as a tag, and I'm going to tag you all and join in with me in the slight reworking of the monthly favourites videos. For all of you beauty lovers that did come here for beauty favourites, I'm covering them first, and I'm gonna do them right now, and then if you don't want to watch the other stuff, you can wander off. I'm gonna go quite old school with this month's favourite beauty product. It's something that has not only been around for years, but I've personally been using for years as well. It's actually a perfume, and it's the only perfume I've ever worn. I think I bought my first bottle when I was about 13, 14-ish, and it was bought for me by someone that went, I thought this would really suit you and I thought you'd love it. And I did. I seriously did, and I've worn it ever since. And the reason it's in my monthly favourites this month is because I was recently reminded of just how much I love it. Just before Christmas I actually ran out, and as it's quite a pricey perfume and I'm a student, I didn't have the money to get any new. So I had a few weeks for the first time in years where I didn't have it to wear, and I honestly felt like I thought I was leaving the house naked, or like I'd forgotten to put shoes on or brush my teeth, or yeah, it was an odd feeling. And two people in my family who clearly know me very, very well, one being my mum, the other one being my other half, both bought me a bottle for Christmas, so I now have two, which I'm very, very grateful for. And I got it back and I just picked it up and sprayed some on, and it was like, oh, I forgot how lovely you were. So this perfume is the most wonderful, beautiful Coco Mademoiselle. Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle. As I said, this perfume has been around for years. This is just, oh, it's got such a lovely, classy, musky element to it, and there are some lovely floral tones in there, but none of them are too overpowering. And there are some lovely kind of sweeter, heady notes to it, but none of them are like you've just blathered vanilla essence on yourself or anything. It's just, for me, this is the perfect perfume, and I'm so glad I remembered just how much I love it. Just so yummy. I've got one last beauty product, and I picked it up quite a while ago and for some stupid reason never picked up a second one. So I am so hoping that they have another colour of this. This is a drugstore brand. It's 17. It's quite a cheap drugstore brand that I haven't really had a lot of products from, and I stumbled across this one on one of my many swatch testing rampages. This is just the most gorgeous, you'll have to excuse mine's a bit dirty and I've used quite a lot of it, rich wine red. And it's wonderful because it's got a slightly bricky brown undercolour to it. It's a really, really brilliant, deep classic red. And I think it's just called number 17 Rich. It's one of those supreme shine lipsticks. I love all of the undertones in it, and it works really well with just about anything. So yeah, I really, really hope they still have this in stores because I want at least 3 more of these for in my kit. I love this colour. That is it for the entire beauty section, so we shall move on. This next bit is my little mini fashion-esque style section. I'm just going to show you some of my favourite new finds and favourite outfits or items of clothing that I've just been ridiculously in love with over the last month. The first is my wonderful new pair of Docks. Now, my first pair of Docks were about that big. My mum's had me in Docks for my entire life. I'm as excited as normal girls get over a new pair of heels when I have a new pair of Docks. I just love them. I mean, look at that. Brilliant floral Docks. I absolutely love them. So that's kind of all I've got to say about that. I was worried at first that they wouldn't actually go with much, but I've soon discovered that they go with everything. And if they don't, then I've just come to the conclusion that that item of clothing is no longer worth wearing. There is a second one. Don't only have one foot. And the next thing was a bit of a splurge. I was in one of those girly moods where you just desperately want to buy something that you know you shouldn't be buying. And it was this incredible pair of 1920s-esque Art Deco high-waisted beaded sequin phenomenal shorts of loveliness. And the detail on them is so cool. On to the next one. Hi, cat face. Hello. Oh, what's the matter? What do you want? You're in my video right now. You're just gonna sit there in the background. Oh, Now this is pretty much my favourites free-for-all. I love finding new restaurants or shops or sites or YouTubers or anything like that. I wanted to have this section just so that if there's ever anything I find that I just can't not talk about, it's going in here. You're probably going to laugh at me for this, but I haven't bought anything online ever until this Christmas. I ordered some of my Christmas presents online and since then have been absolutely hooked. This means that this is the first time I have discovered Nasty Gal. The first time I've ever properly scouted the Topshop website. I found Regal Rose. It was like the inside of my brain just scouted the internet whilst going hallelujah, hallelujah a lot. And I've had so much fun. But yes, online shopping in general, absolutely in love with. And I just wanted to mention the Regal Rose jewellery website, which again I will link below because their stuff is brilliant. Just go and look because it's lovely and I love it, and that's everything I have to say about that. This bit is a little bit my thing I'm most proud of, but it mainly just means like my favourite thing I've made or created or achieved. Definitely without fail my favourite achievement of this month has to be reopening YouTube, managing to save up for this camera and getting around and doing it all whilst reaching college coursework deadlines. Da, 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 da. I am terrible with deadlines. I'm terrible with anything like that, so I'm so happy that I've not only managed to get this up and running a little bit, I've also managed to keep on top of all of my beautiful college work and assignments and boring physics of sound dissertations and things of the sort. But yeah, I feel a bit like a grown-up. Being a musician, this is always going to be a big one for me. There are always musicians that I'm learning from and loving and just adore. And this month, hands down, Lianne La Havas, you are amazing and phenomenal and lovely. That album, if you haven't heard the Lianne La Havas album, it's gorgeous. It's called Is Your Love Big Enough? And she's got the most silky, smooth, sexy voice ever on the planet whilst being very cool at the same time, and she's stunning and wonderful and ridiculously talented. Definitely my favourite album of the last few months. My favourite song is probably Forget, which was also the single, and it sounds a lot like this. All the words that let you break my heart. My most played song of this month, probably Can't Pretend. It's a Tom ODELL, what's his noggin? He has a last name, I don't know what it is. I've apparently forgotten his name, but I will put it up on the screen somewhere, floating, and then that will be his name. There's a song called Can't Pretend, and I love it. Also, the song that was on the Tommy Hilfiger advert, I will just have to play a bit of it here, because if you've seen the Tommy Hilfiger advert, you will recognise it, and it's an awesome song. I'm a massive book nerd. I'm a massive nerd in general really, but specifically books. I was recently bought an ebook. Now, being a true reader, I've been avoiding these for a very long time, and I wasn't sure that I could bear to own an ebook. But I've been so thoroughly converted. I'm in love with this thing. There's like a few hundred books on it right now, and it's teeny tiny skinny. It goes in my handbag, it goes around everywhere with me. The deciding factor with the ebook for me was definitely the realisation that I could still own hard copies. This thing can come around with me in my bag and mean that I always have at least some books to read whilst I'm wandering about. My absolute favourite books I can still have on my shelf over there. I can have both. My e-reader is it's just a little KOBO, which is one of the cheaper ones, and it has this really cute pearlised quilted back, which is quite sweet. So I really love baking as well. I love baking and cooking, so I wanted to have this bit to put in any of my favourite recipes or favourite foods that I've been eating and stuff like that. And I've recently been trying very, very hard to be solidly eating clean and being good, but I think my favourite food of all clean eatery type foods has to be kale. I was gonna get some to show you, but I ate it. Kale is like the better big brother of spinach, or it's just lovely and yummy. As I said before, I am a gargantuan Rubik's Cube completing nerd. I haven't had any form of television or internet in my house for at least the last year. It's nearer 2 years now. With the arrival of the PlayStation 2, me and Adam also realised that we could watch DVDs again. We went on a mass hunt, and this is what we have been watching solidly for the last month. We have managed to collect pretty much all of the Marvel comic film adaptations, but it's been so much fun, and we've just been sat geeking out on superheroes, and I'm just really excited that I can watch all of these again. My favourite YouTubers over this last month have definitely been very beauty guru based. Zoella and her cute personality is just so endearing, and Wonderland Wardrobe, who is not very beauty based, she's just adorable, and she has hair like a mermaid, and she does these incredible kind of fantasy fashion style DIY videos that are brilliant. Oh, and oh hey Claire! Ridiculously kick-ass and cool, and has a cat called Bruce Lee. That's about it. Hopefully the next video will be slightly more put together. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like this idea, all of the things are covered are below, and I've also put in like a list of questions, so that if you want to take this as a tag, take it as a tag and go forth and do it. I love you all millions, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye! Mwah.